wondered why some people crush it with investing, while others always seem to struggle? It's not luck, it's what they know that most people ignore. These 4 truths are harsh, but they could save you from major regret. Most investors never hear them until it's too late. Don't let that be you. Everyone loves to hype up investing like it's a magic money machine. But if you don't know the brutal truths, that magic turns into regret. I've made every mistake in the book. Sold at the wrong time. Bought out of FOMO. Watched my portfolio bleed red. And panicked. And that's exactly why I'm making this video. Not to scare you, but to show you what no one else does. How investing really works. These 4 truths, they'll either save you or slap you later when it's too late. Truth number 1. You will lose money sometimes. Let's start with the hardest pill to swallow. You will lose money. It's not if, it's when. And no, that doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. That means you're in the game. The market goes up, the market goes down. That's just how it works. Even Warren Buffett's portfolio takes hits. But here's the key difference. They don't panic and sell everything because they know losses aren't permanent unless you make it permanent. Want proof? Go look at the S&P 500 during the 2008 crash. It dropped over 50%, but within a few years, it came all the way back. Same in 2020. When COVID hit, the market tanked. I personally lost thousands in just days. I was sick to my stomach. I almost hit the sell button, but I didn't. I sat on my hands. And by the end of the year, the market had recovered and I was back in profit. That's when I learned losses are temporary. Panic is expensive. The only people who lost everything were the ones who sold in fear. And yeah, it's scary to watch your money shrink, but investing isn't a straight line. It's a roller coaster. And your job? Stay on the ride. Because the people who hold on, they win. Not overnight, but over time. So if you're down right now, that doesn't mean you failed. That means you're doing it right. Because this isn't about avoiding risk. It's about learning how to manage it. And the first step is knowing you will lose money sometimes. The trick is, don't lose your mind when it happens. Truth number 2. The market doesn't care about your timeline. You can set goals. You can set deadlines. But guess what? The market doesn't care. It doesn't move based on your 5-year plan or your vacation fund or your down payment dreams. The market runs on its own clock. And it's not your clock. Here's the harsh truth. You can invest today and still be down a year from now. Not because you messed up, just because that's how investing works. People think they're failing when they don't see fast results. But investing isn't fast. It's delayed gratification on steroids. Let's talk numbers. Over the past 90 years, the S&P 500 has returned about 10% per year on average. But that doesn't mean you get 10% every year. Some years, it's plus 25%. Some years, it's minus 20%. Some years, flat. The point is, you can't control the short term, but the long term, that's where investing works. It's compound interest. It's staying in the market long enough to let the math do its thing. Think of it like planting a tree. You water it, give it sunlight, and walk away. You don't dig it every week to see if it's growing. That kills it. Same with your money. It needs time. So stop checking your portfolio every hour. Stop trying to hit a double return by Christmas. You'll only stress yourself out. Build your plan. Stick to it. Zoom out. Because investing doesn't follow your schedule, but it does reward those who stay patient. Truth number 3. You're the weakest link. Emotionally. Let's be honest. The biggest threat to your investments isn't the market. It's you. Your brain. Your emotions. Fear. Greed. FOMO. These wreck more portfolios than any recession. Because when things go up, you want to buy more. When things go down, you want to sell. That's the exact opposite of what works. But it feels right in the moment, and that's the trap. Let's back this with data. The Dalber study shows that the average investor earns way less than the actual market. Why? Bad timing, jumping in too late, selling too early, making decisions based on panic, not on plan. I've done it. I've bought in high because I didn't want to miss out. I've sold low just to stop the pain. And every time I regretted it because emotional investing is expensive. It feels good in the short term, but it wrecks your long term. So what's the fix? Systems, rules, automations. Set it up so you don't have to feel your way through it. Decide in advance how much you'll invest, how often, what you'll do when the market drops, and then stick to it. No matter what your emotions are screaming, the less you react, the more you gain. That's the truth most people won't tell you. You don't need to outsmart the market market. You need to outsmart yourself. Because if you can't control your emotions will control your money. Truth number 4. Diversification protects you from regret. Here's the truth. Putting all your money in one thing, it feels bold. It feels smart until it crashes. Then it just feels stupid. That's where diversification comes in. And no, it's not just a buzzword. It's protection. Not from losing money, but from losing everything. Let's break it down. Diversification means spreading your money across different assets. Not just 5 stocks you like. Not just different crypto coins. That's not diversification. That's chaos. Real diversification looks like this. Some stocks, some index funds, maybe some bonds, a mix of sectors, tech, healthcare, energy, etc. And maybe even different countries. That way, when one thing tanks, your whole portfolio doesn't go down with it. I learned this the hard way. I once went all in on a hot stock. It dropped 60% in 3 weeks. I didn't lose just money. I lost sleep. And the worst part? I had no safety net, no balance, all risk, no plan. So now I diversify. I keep most of my money in boring stuff, index funds, ETFs. I still take risks, sure, but with small amounts I can afford to lose. That's the whole idea. Diversification will make you rich overnight, but it will protect you from regret. It gives you room to breathe, room to stay in the game when one thing doesn't go your way. So if you want to build up wealth without blowing it all up, diversify. Boring is beautiful, safe is strong, and regret-proof is the real flex. Alright, you made it through, and now you know the 4 brutal truths about investing. Let's recap real quick. You will lose money sometimes. The market doesn't care about your timeline. Your emotions are your biggest threat, and diversification protects you from regret. That's the reality. It's not cute, it's not clickbait, but it's how wealth is actually built. Slow, steady, smart. So what do you do with all this? You start anyway. You make your first move, knowing the risks. You invest for the long term. You build systems to manage your emotions, and you spread your money so one mistake won't wipe you out. That's how you win, not with hype, not with luck, with knowledge, with discipline, with time. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 4 truths hit you hardest? Drop in the comments. I read every one, and I'll be replying, so let's talk about it. And hey, if this video gave you clarity, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're serious about building real wealth without the BS. Because I've got more coming. More truth, more strategy, more of what you actually need to hear, not just what's trending. But for now, just remember this. Investing doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to be honest. And now you got the truth. Use it.